I'm Roman Yossi of the Nashville Predators.
I'm Dante Fabro of the Nashville Predators.
This is Philip Forsberg of the Nashville Predators.
I'm Colton Sissons of the Nashville Predators.
I'm Eustace Aros of the Nashville Predators.
You're listening to the Renegades of Puck
with Crazy Charlie.
Welcome to the Bunker. Welcome to the Renegades of Puck podcast. I'm your hosting, Captain Crazy Charlie Saunier. And before we get started with the No Half Step in Hockey coverage, first let me direct you to our home website, renegadesofpuck.com. Once you go to renegadesofpuck.com, you'll learn everything you need to know about the show. Once you're good and educated about the show, that's when you click on that merchandise tab. Take you straight to our classic logo t-shirt and all the different special event gimmicks you've come to know and love and expect from the Renegades of Puck. Socks, throw pillows, wall art, bed sets. It really makes no difference to the Renegades of Puck. After all, we've sold out so that you can buy in. Hope you picked up your Christmas gifts out of our online store. They are on the way. Social media is of critical importance to this independent, unaffiliated operation, so here's how you can jump in the trenches with the Renegades of Puck. You can find us on Instagram and Facebook. You can also find us on Threads, and yes, we are still on X, so please, it doesn't take you but a second, doesn't cost you a thing, but it goes a long way to helping this operation known as the Renegades of Puck. Pass those links around and help us out if you can. One other way that you can support the show is by going to our YouTube channel, subscribe to our channel, turn on those notifications, and of course, pass along the links to the Renegades in your life of everything that we're putting out content-wise on our YouTube channel. We sure would appreciate that very much, and stick taps, love, and respect to all of our new subscribers. We have a swear jar and also called a virtual tip jar. It's right over there on the corner of the desk, so please, if you scan the QR code, it'll take you straight to our Venmo page, or you can just search Renegades of Puck in Venmo. Go the long-form way. Easy either way. Every dollar goes a long way to helping the Renegades of Puck, and every dollar goes directly to the Renegades of Puck. So thank you so much for helping us get through 2024. Now, let's build 2025 together. So appreciate that. Stick taps, love, and respect. Now, I know it is time for the No Half Step in Hockey coverage, so let me deliver the goods. It is time for Operation number 943. That is right. It's time for show number 943. And at this moment in hockey history, the Nashville Predators currently find themselves in 8th place in the Central Division. After 32 games skated, they have a record of 9-17-6. They have 24 points, which has them dramatically far out of first place and a playoff spot for this point in the season. On home ice, which is where the Nashville Predators' next game will take place against the Pittsburgh Penguins, they have a record of 6-7-2. They've scored 72 goals on the season. They've given up 98 goals against. They have a goal differential of -24. Now the Predators have an opportunity to break even on home ice in this next game against Pittsburgh, and also have an opportunity to pick up their 10th win of the regular season. We'll talk about the Preds week ahead, the Penguins, and the matchup immediately after we update the Central Division. The Winnipeg Jets still find themselves in first place in Central Division after 33 games skated. They have 47 points. The Minnesota Wild have fallen 3 points behind the Winnipeg Jets, but have 2 games in hand at 44 points in second place. The Dallas Stars are in third place with 38 points. The Colorado Avalanche are in fourth place with 36 points, the first team on the outside looking in for an automatic qualifying playoff position. Utah's got 33 as well as St. Louis, and they are 5th and 6th place respectively. Chicago Blackhawks are in 7th place with 24 points. The Predators are in 8th place with 24. For the Predators, their week ahead, this 4-game homestand continues. The first game was against the New York Rangers. Recap coming up shortly. This game against the Pittsburgh Penguins. Then Saturday afternoon versus the LA Kings. Monday versus the Carolina Hurricanes, and then it is the Christmas break, resuming the schedule on the 27th of December in St. Louis, and then the 30th of December at Winnipeg, the 31st at Minnesota, so ending the year with a back-to-back. For the Predators and the Pittsburgh Penguins, this is the first of 2 regular season meetings. The next one will take place in Pittsburgh. That will happen on February the 1st. Just in case you haven't been keeping up with the Pens this season, their overall record, 14-14-5. They've really turned things around as of late and are performing much better than they were a month ago. 33 points on the season, has them 4th overall in the Metropolitan Division. On the road, 5-7-3, so more susceptible on the road than at home. They've scored 100 goals for. They've given up 123, though. That's a goal differential of -23, very comparable to what the Nashville Predators have. When it comes to their most recent stretch of 5 completed games, again, they are starting to gain points in the standings. It starts on December the 7th, 5-2 win versus the Toronto Maple Leafs. On the 10th of December, 6-2 loss versus the Colorado Avalanche. The 12th of December saw a 9-2 victory at the Montreal Canadiens. The 14th of December, 3-2 overtime loss at Ottawa. In their most recent completed game on the 17th 17th of December. It's a 3-2 overtime win versus the LA Kings, which will be the Nashville Predators' next opponent after this game. Nedeljkovic picked up the victory in that game, 29 out of 31. Before we get into the rankings in this matchup between the Predators and the Penguins, let's quickly update you on the Predators' injury situation. The captain, Roman Josi, Jeremy Lauzon, Alex Carey, all still listed as day-to-day, but we do anticipate movement and one returning for this Pittsburgh game because Mark Del Gaizo has been placed on waivers. Hopefully he will clear and get back to Milwaukee, but that makes room for a defenseman on the Nashville Predators. So one of the three anticipated to be back in the lineup, all of them day-to-day close to coming back. Now, let's talk about the rankings between these two teams going into this matchup. And it's interesting, a little bit of a counterbalance between the two teams. You'll see it. You'll pick up on the pattern. The Predators goals for, it's abysmal, 2.25, 32nd in the league, but they have managed to win 2 of their last 3 games, and they have managed to score more than 2.25 goals in 2 of those last 3 games. The Pittsburgh Penguins are averaging 3 goals even per game. That's 17th best in the NHL. Now, this is where it's interesting. They are inverse of each other. So the Predators' goals against is 16th in the league, giving up 3.06. And again, the Penguins' goals for was 17th, and the Predators' goals for is 32nd, while the Penguins' goals against is 32nd at 3.67 goals per game. So that makes for an interesting fight right there. Shots for Predators 29.5 per game is 11th best in the NHL. The Penguins at 29.6 is 10th best in the NHL. And the shots against category, the Predators giving up 30 per game is 27th. The Pittsburgh Penguins are giving up 32 even per game. That's 30th in the league. Special teams comparison, the Penguins have the better power play, but the Predators have the better penalty kill unit. Here's how they shape up. 17.6% power play conversion rate for the Nashville Predators is 25th in the NHL, and it's been sinking consistently almost all season long. Only 16 out of 91 opportunities. The power play for the Pittsburgh Penguins, 22.3%, 13th best in the NHL. 21 conversions out of 94 opportunities. And when you can put the amount of skill and talent out there that the Nashville Predators have, they should be able to score at a consistent basis. But that can also be said about the Pittsburgh Penguins, and they have been scoring on a much more consistent basis with the 13th best power play in the league. The penalty kill unit for the Nashville Predators, still number 1 overall in the NHL, and they have been riding that number 1 position for quite some time now. 87.8% kill rate, 12 power play goals against, most recently going up against New York Rangers, number 2 penalty kill unit in the league, and doing just fine. Now, the Penguins PK unit also quite good, 82.3% kill rate is 7th best in the league. They've given up 17 power play goals against, better as of late. Now, let's get into the individual statistics for each of these teams. Let's get into the scoring leaders. The captain, Roman Josi, hopefully back in the lineup against the Pittsburgh Penguins. He's the scoring leader for the Predators at 7 goals and 16 assists for 23 overall points. Phil Forsberg has seen some movement in his stats as of late. It's been the assist category, 9 goals. Still struggling to find that 10th goal of the season, 13 assists, 22 points overall. Jonathan Marchessault has been climbing the charts with 8 goals and 11 assists for 19 points, seeming to be getting more comfortable as a Predator every day. Stamkos, 8 goals and 10 assists for 18. O'Reilly, 7 goals, 10 assists for 17 total points. Over on the Pittsburgh Penguins side of things, you'll recognize all of these names. Sidney Crosby, 8 goals and 23 assists for 31 points, and he just continues, and he's also approaching franchise records and Mario Lemieux records and things like that. So for Sidney Crosby, he's always dangerous against the Nashville Predators, but with another record right there in his sights, I would not be surprised if he puts on an excellent performance against the Nashville Predators. Malkin's at 7 and 19 for 26. Rickard Rakell, 14 goals, 10 assists for 24 points. Rust is at 12 and 9 for 21. Carlson, 2 and 18 for 20. And I cannot wait to see the Phil Tomasino tribute video against the Pittsburgh Penguins. So far, he's already put up quite a few highlight reel plays, and Penguins fans are loving the discarded prospect from the Nashville Predators. When it comes to the netminders, let's say Nedeljkovic, he picked up the victory against the LA Kings, and he's now 5-5 and 3 with a 3.26 goals against and 8.86 save percentage. UC Saros, after his most recent start, now 7-14 and 5, a 2.63 goals against average with a 9.11 save percentage, 3 shutouts on the season, and let's throw in that 1 assist just to show you how dominant individually he has been, while the team in front of him has been subpar for most of the first 32 games of the season. All right, listen, that's got you all set up for the Nashville Predators against the Pittsburgh Penguins at Bridgestone Arena, taking place on a Thursday evening. We're getting set for the Christmas break. It's going to be a good time at Bridgestone Arena, going to be a lot of fun, and hopefully the Predators can duplicate the performance that they put on against the New York Rangers and on the road against the Dallas Stars. If the Preds can start putting up that level of consistent performance and getting the big names to perform, well, then the Nashville Predators might start to turn this season around, at least enough to get them out of last place in the Central Division. We got the Rebirth Sports full game recap coming up next right here on the Renegades of Puck podcast.
Hockey players are as unique as the game itself, and your uniform should be tailored to fit you. Rebirth Sports is your sports apparel tailor. From shells, bags, warm-ups, hats, hoodies, branding, and more, let Rebirth Sports be your custom hockey tailor.
And don't forget to tell them they do more than just hockey.
Rebirth Sports on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Rebirth Sport, a match made in hockey.
It's now time for the Rebirth Sports full game recap. We go all the way back December the 17th, the year 2024. The Nashville Predators were facing off against the New York Rangers at Bridgestone Arena. Head coach Andrew Burnett deploys his lines and defensemen in the following combination. Forsberg, Stamkos, and Marchessault continue building chemistry together. LaRue gets an opportunity on the second line with O'Reilly and Nyquist. Jankowski, Novak, Evangelista also showing chemistry as a combination since the end of last season. Back together recently. Smith, McCarron, and Sissons make up your fourth line. And Blankenberg, Del Gaizo, and Shen, Gravel, and Wilsby make up your defensive pairings. UC Saros gets the start in net. We are 136 into the game, and it's Igor Shesterkin coming out with a save on Luke Evangelista. It's the first shot on goal of the game. 4-1 of the first period. UC Saros comes up with a save on Chris Kreider. 5:51 of the first period now. Igor Shesterkin comes up with a save on LaRue's deflection at close range. The 7:21 mark. Saros comes up with a save on Cooley after the D turns the puck over right in front of him. 10:10 of the first. Shesterkin comes with a save on Philip Forsberg, and everything was kind of orderly until this moment in time. 12:35 of the first period. Shesterkin comes with a save on McCarron on the doorstep. Good job by Michael McCarron getting a scoring opportunity. The rebound goes up into the air, lands on top of the net. McCarron clears the puck off the top of the net with his stick. The whistle is blown. It is ruled to be a hand pass. Might have been a high stick as well. And it is ruled to be a hand pass. It was not a hand pass, but it might have been a high stick. The puck is put in the net after the whistle blows. And, of course, that's a big no-no at this level or any level. And that brings a lot of mayhem for just a moment. Everything resets, still 0-0. 13:37, though, of the first period. That is going to change as Jonathan Marchessault with his 8th goal of the season. Stamkos, amazing setup on this one. Marchessault, an equal finish. This puts the Predators up 1-0 on the New York Rangers. 14:06 of the first period. Now Saros comes up with a save on Hedl. 16:59 of the first period. Shesterkin comes up with a save on Philip Forsberg. And at the 18:35 mark, Wilsby comes up with a save on Capo Kakko with Saros out of position. Wilsby jumps in the crease, seals off the post, and comes away with the biggest shot block of the night. The New York Rangers outshoot the Nashville Predators 9-8 in the first period, but the Preds hold a 1-0 lead. We go to the clean sheet of the second period, and we find ourselves 35 seconds in. That's where our first action is, and it's Igor Shesterkin coming with a save on Colton Sissons. 2:01 mark of the second period. Our first special team scenario unfolds. Nyquist is off to the box, 2 minutes for holding. Saros has to come up with a save on Zibanejad. Saros also has to come up with a save on Hedl's backhand. Trocheck would hit the crossbar right at the end of the power play, and the Preds would survive this shorthanded scenario. 5:57 of the second period. Shesterkin comes with a save on Luke Evangelista's trickler, and when I say trickler, I mean it barely even made it to the net. 6:46 of the second period. Saros comes with a save on Trocheck. 8:31. Saros a save on Kakko at 9:59 now of the second period. Right at the middle point of the game, Shesterkin comes up with a save on Shen's backhand. Then 6 jam attempts right here. A massive scrum would ensue. Coming out of this after several minutes of chaos, Evangelista and Lafreniere off to the box, 2 minutes each, matching minors right there. Del Gaizo and Cooley were the main event of this scenario, 5 minutes each, but Del Gaizo picks up an extra 2, let's just call it, for being a little more rambunctious. This puts the Rangers on a power play 5-on-4 for a normal 2 minutes. Saros does come up with a save on Fox. The Preds penalty kill do a good job. The game calms down quite a bit. It seemed like for a moment there this could be a tip-off point for this type of activity the rest of the way, but it would not be. 13:58 now in the second period. Shesterkin comes with a save on Evangelista. 15:50 in the second. Saros comes with a save on Vakanainen. At 17:07 now of the second period, it's Riley Smith off the box. 2 minutes for interference. Igor Shesterkin comes up with a save on Philip Forsberg, not once but twice during this power play, and that would be it. The Rangers' number 2 PK in the league holds the line. 18:22 the second period. Saros comes up with a save on Trocheck. 19:05 of the second period. 19:55 of the second period. The Rangers pick up a bench minor. Too many men on the ice. That's going to put the Predators on the power play to start the third period. So at the end of the second period, the Preds maintain a 1-0 lead, now out shooting the New York Rangers 22-17. Carryover of 1 minute and 55 seconds of that power play into the third period, and it's Philip Forsberg hitting the post. The Preds not able to generate a single shot on goal. Another opportunity for the Preds to extend their lead, unable to do so. That's been a problem for them all season long. 2:21 of the first period. Saros comes with the save on Lafreniere. 3:26 of the third. Shesterkin comes with the save on Luke Evangelista buzzing in this game again. 5:01 of the third. It's Saros coming over the save on Schneider. 5:56 of the third period. Shesterkin comes over the save on Forsberg. We've got a little bit of back and forth action here. We hit the back of the sheet and we find ourselves at 7:17 of the third period. Igor Shesterkin comes over the save on LaRue. At the 10:28 mark of the third period, Saros comes over the save on Kakko. And 11:59 now, Wilsby comes over with his first goal of his NHL career. He steps around Smith, the defender, and he walks in and snipes the top corner. I don't think Shesterkin ever saw this one through the traffic for Wilsby. A highlight reel first ever goal. It's one that where he's actually going to be telling the truth when it sounds like one of those exaggeration stories later in life. The Nashville Predators take a 2-0 lead on Wilsby's first career goal. 13:13 of the third period. Shesterkin comes up with a save on Colton Sissons. The 14:09 mark of the third period, Igor Shesterkin comes up with a save on Luke Evangelista. Again, 18:22 at the extra attack. Ron Saros comes up with a save on Zibanejad. 19:47. Saros one more save on Lafreniere after the Predators could not put the puck into the empty net. The final buzzer goes and the Predators earn a victory on home ice, beating the Rangers 2-0, and they outshoot the Rangers 32-25 in this game. UC Saros was outstanding. The defense in front of him also helped. 25 saves in this game for his third shutout of the season. And again, Wilsby comes away with one of the biggest block shots. The reason the Rangers could not pick up any goals in this game, the Preds defense selling out, blocking shots, and the Predators goaltending also coming up big when tested in this game. It was UC Saros' night. Jonathan Marchessault picks up the game-winning goal, and the Nashville Predators can take a deep breath because they picked up a victory on home ice in front of the home crowd, and it was actually a decent effort overall. That's win number 9 on the season for the Nashville Predators. They'll go for double digits in wins in their next game against the Penguins, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. That's going to do it for the Rebirth Sports Full Game Recap. We've got analysis, box score, and so much more coming up next right here on the Renegades of Puck podcast.
Hello, hello, hello. I'm Tracy, owner-operator of Strong Style Fitness. And that's me and my training assistant, Rizzo. And we are here to bring you fitness that meets you where you are by offering circuit classes, bar-inspired classes, Tabata workouts, boot camps, guided stretching, and more, all taught by a certified personal trainer, me. To learn more, go to our website, strongstylefit.com. Subscribe on YouTube at Strong Style Fitness. Follow on social media at Strong Style Fit. But most importantly, let's get you moving. It doesn't matter if it's your first workout or you've been doing it for years. Strong Style Fitness has the workout that meets you on your journey and helps you along the path to a happier, healthier life. I understand where you've been, what you were going through, and where you were going, and I want to take you there. We'll see you on the mat. Mwah.
Welcome back in Renegades of Puck podcast. That was a Rebirth Sports full game recap. UC Saros got the start in this game, 25 out of 25. His third shutout of the season, his 26th shutout of his career, and 4 is his career best 2 different times in his career. And I think he has the opportunity to break that record in his personal statistics. He was outstanding all the way through, and he also got great D support. We cannot discount Wilsby blocking that shot while Saros was down and out of position. Wilsby coming up with a big save. It's counted as a shot block in the statistics, but that is one hell of a save right there to preserve what ultimately ends up being a shutout. And for UC Saros, It was a head-to-head matchup against Igor Shesterkin, one of the other best young netminders in the NHL. 29 for UC Saros, 28 for Igor Shesterkin. The save percentage when they put that up during the game last night was so comparable that it is hard to believe that UC Saros is making so much less money than Igor Shesterkin. That is such a friendly deal, and that the Nashville Predators have managed to once again get a franchise goaltender, previous generation Pekka Rinne, and now UC Saros to sign a long-term contract that works financially to help the team get another player involved. Shesterkin getting the biggest contract in goaltender history, but UC Saros' numbers are comparable all the way across the board, and UC Saros will win a Vezina trophy once he figures out the month of October and the beginning of November. The first 10, 15 games of the season, once he figures that out, he could be a Vezina. But the numbers this season, he's got 7 wins on a team that only has 9 wins for the season. The Predators are 9-17-6. Saros has managed to get 7 wins on the season. His goals against a 2.63, save percentage of 911, 3 shutouts, and has picked up assists. He's basically tried to do it all himself, and at least 3 times he's been successful at it. All right, Marchessault picks up the game winner in this one, the only goal he picks up in this game, but it was his 8th of the season. Now, last 4 games, 3 goals, 3 assists, 6 points. It is no doubt, and it is extremely obvious to anybody who watches shift in and shift out every Nashville Predators game like we do here in the bunker, that Jonathan Marchessault is becoming dramatically more comfortable in Predators gold. He is definitely making the adjustment. It took that last road trip, I think, to finally blow off a little bit of steam and vent just a little bit when he was in Montreal, but ever since that moment in time, he has really coming on strong, and you can see why now so many people that follow the Vegas Golden Knights and even just casual hockey fans really love Jonathan Marchessault as a player out there. He really brings some no-half step into the rink. And the game-winning goal last night, what a sweet finish right there. The setup by his line mates, Forsberg to Stamkos, over to Marchessault, to the back of the net. We can continue talking about that all season long. This could be like Jofa, except with a whole hell of a lot more talent in Stamkos, Marchessault, and Forsberg. What an incredible goal right here. And it ends up being the game winner in this one because UC Saros was able to back that one up. The Predators struggled to extend their leads all season long, so it was great to see Wilsby picking up the second goal of the game, making it 2-0 and making the Predators' efforts down the final stretch of this game a little bit easier. It was incredible also that it's his first career goal, and what an amazing first goal highlight reel. Stepped around the defender, Riley Smith, at the blue line, walked it in, and snipes it on one of the best goaltenders in the NHL. Not sure Shesterkin ever saw it through the layers of traffic. The Preds doing a great job setting the screen, but Wilsby, the individual effort, the calmness at this level of his career, and that being the first goal that he's scored in his career that's counted. Remember, he did have one taken off the board recently. But that was incredible highlight reel stuff. And for Adam Wilsby, what a great, great first goal in the NHL. And I hope the first of very many. Wilsby also 3 block shots, 3 hits in this game, 20-30 overall. So just incredible stuff. Strong on D and comes up with that save while Saros is down and out. Wilsby has been better than expected so far with the Nashville Predators. Filip Forsberg picks up 2 assists in this game, 22 points now on the season. Out of his slump, but still struggling to find the back of the net. Rung the post yet again in this game. But again, just seeing Forsberg getting back involved in the offense, seeing him pick up the points, the read he made on the rush that ended up with Marchessault's game-winning goal was incredible. Give it over to Stamkos. Stamkos works the goalie, freezes him in place, gives it to Marchessault for the easy finish right there. Filip Forsberg, a huge part of that, and again, helping with the Wilsby goal as well. Stamkos, 2 assists. We've kind of mentioned a couple times, but he looks so good at center. World-class distribution service on that one. Again, freezing Igor Shesterkin, not many can do that. He is one of the best in the league at this moment in hockey history. So when Stamkos freezes Shesterkin and hands it off to Marchessault for the finish, that is some special stuff to see right there. That's some world-class distribution. And Mark Del Gaizo, the headline today is that he's on waivers. I sure hope that he clears and goes back to to Milwaukee. He deserves to be a part of the Admirals. I felt like he was playing really good with the National Press. I loved the game that he played last night against the New York Rangers. He had 3 hits. He had 7 penalty minutes. He was aggressive all night long in that one. Yes, he put the Predators shorthanded because he was over-aggressive during that scrum. But seeing him work over Cooley the way he did, that was impressive stuff. And that came because Delgado was crashing the net hard on a scoring chance. That's what led to the kerfuffle and the following mayhem after that. That was fun for a couple of minutes. Took them a while to get the paperwork worked done. But I hope Delgado clears waivers and makes it back to Milwaukee because I think he is a very solid defensive prospect for this Nashville Predators team. And if he gets back to the Admirals, he'll be able to help move the puck and quarterback the power play quite a bit down there. Let's hear from our good friends at Stripe Digital. That'll do it for the analysis. We'll come back with good cold hard numbers under the box score, and then we'll close out episode number 943 right here on the Renegades of Puck podcast. The digital environment can be quite intimidating, time-consuming, and cumbersome, especially with all those other areas that need attention at your business, and that's why Stripe Digital Solutions is here to help. I know because that's exactly what Stripe Digital Solutions did for me and the Renegades of Puck. From designing my home website and helping me create my merchandise to special event posters, brand building, and social media management. But it's not just that, it's so much more. Stripe Digital Solutions has helped me every step of the way. From startup to full-time operation, Stripe Digital Solutions has been there to assist and advise every single step of the journey. In today's fast-paced world, the path to success is having a strong digital partner, and nobody is better in the trenches than Brandy and Stripe Digital Solutions. Get the solution before it's even a problem with Stripe Digital Solutions. Time for the good cold hard numbers known as the box score. Marchessault picks up a goal. That's the game-winning goal in this game. Adam Wilsby picks up the only other goal for the Nashville Predators. The only goals in this game, period. Philip Forsberg 2 assists. Steven Stamkos 2 assists as well. No other assists awarded in this game. And comes to the shots on goal category. Luke Schenn, 7 shots on goal, paces the Nashville Predators. But here is the most wild thing about this. 6 of those shots on goal came within a 3-second span. It was the play where Schenn drove the net hard, first shot, and then 5 follow-up opportunities. When you look at the super slow-mo that the broadcast showed, you can see every single one of those individual touches would have gone into the net if Shesterkin was not there locking down the goal line. So Schenn credited with 6 shots on goal in 3 seconds. Shesterkin has to be also one of the biggest save sequences of his young and incredible career. So 7 total shots on goal for Luke Schenn in this game. 6 for Luke Evangelista, who was just buzzing all night, driving the New York Rangers crazy. Philip Forsberg also had 5 shots on goal. When it comes to the block shots category, the Nashville Predators helped their netminder get a shutout, so let's give credit to the guys in front. Schenn and Blankenberg with 4 apiece. Forsberg had 3 block shots. Ryan O'Reilly had 3 block shots. Gravel had 3 block shots, and there's Wilsby 3, but one of those, the biggest, coming up with a huge save right there in the game. And the physical component of things, and this was a pretty physical game. Good to see Michael McCarron getting back up and back into the game after the very unusual and awkward hit of the open door situation over there at the New York Rangers bench. In the history of the game, there have been some incredibly bad injuries from that exact scenario. Just look up Mike Ridley from the Washington Capitals against those same New York Rangers back in the day. This, thankfully, was not that situation. So in the physical component of things, it was Cole Smith leading the way with 5 total hits. Noticeable in those hits, LaRue picks up 3, Delgado picks up 3, Schenn picks up 3, and Wilsby also picks up 3 hits in this game. Your time on ice leaders, very reasonable. Andrew Burnett able to roll all 4 lines in this one, and pretty consistently. 18:35 for Steven Stamkos, 17:54 for Marchessault, and 17:34 for Philip Forsberg. For the first line, that's a pretty reasonable time management. On the defensive side of things, 23:46 for Brady Shea, stepping up in Roman Yossi's absence, and 22:30 for Adam Wilsby, again in a shutout performance by the Nashville Predators. The young rookie prospect for the Predators really coming through big. When it comes to the power play time on ice leaders, the power play was 0-2 in this game for the Predators. Time on ice leaders were 3:14 for Stamkos, 3:13 for Marchessault, 3:07 for Forsberg, and 3:02 for Brady Shea. The penalty kill, number 1 overall rated PK unit in the league, was a perfect 2 for 2 in this game. The time on ice leaders that got the job done were Cole Smith at 231, 157 for Colton Sissons, 156 for Michael McCarron, 220 for Adam Wilsby, 218 for Luke Shen. A couple other numbers falling out of the box score. Your netminder, 25 out of 25 UC Saros, a perfect save percentage of 1,019 even strength saves, 3 power play saves, 3 shorthanded saves, and give Wilsby one of those as well for a huge shot block. Gets the win, 3rd shutout of the season. Some other numbers falling out of the box score, 0 for 2 on the power play, 2 for 2 on the PK, face-off winning percentage, 47.4%. Predators need to be back up over 50%, but I like 27 hits. I like 29 block shots. Those 29 block shots went a big way to helping UC Saros get a shutout and keeping his workload limited to only 25. 10 takeaways, 16 giveaways. Not going to harp on it too much. Thought the Predators overall were pretty good on the puck in this game, and they were pretty hard on the puck. That one turnover, though, by the D right in front of Saros was pretty awful. Maybe I think they might have given 10 giveaways Predators just for that one. That's going to do it for the box score. Listen, that's it for the good cold hard numbers. Predators solid victory on home ice. The Rangers are a team that is rudderless, struggling, and possibly about to fire their head coach and their GM, but that doesn't matter to the Nashville Predators. The Nashville Predators have plenty of their own problems to worry about without thinking about what the fate of their former head coach Peter Laviolette might be, because the Predators shut them out. The Preds needed to come away with a victory on home ice, and they did just that. That takes some pressure off Barry Trotz. It takes some pressure off Andrew Burnett. It takes a little bit of pressure off the players because they got a victory on home ice, and the home crowd got to roar and have a good time at Bridgestone Arena like they haven't gotten to do too many times this year. Again, what's on the line for this next game? Game 1 of a 4-game homestand against the New York Rangers, a victory for the Nashville Predators. Now, this game against the Pittsburgh Penguins coming up, game 2, and then LA and Carolina games 3 and game 4. The Predators are 6-7-2 on home ice. A solid homestand will put them back to 500 or better by the end of this homestand. And if they have a good homestand, they could also find themselves in double-digit wins and gaining some momentum. After all, they beat the Dallas Stars. That's one of the best home teams in the NHL. Then they lost the Colorado Avalanche. That's the good and that's the bad. Then back up to the good with this win against the New York Rangers. Now let's find a way to carry on some momentum and keep the chemistry of lines 1, 2, and 3, which are pretty solid the last couple of games. And let's keep that rolling, keep it gaining some positive momentum, get Yossi Luzon-Carrier back into the lineup here, and then go into the Christmas break on a good run on this 4-game homestand. That'll allow your fans to go to Christmas break and feel a little positive and open up their Christmas presents and get all their tickets and all their hoodies and all their jerseys and hats and feel good about getting those instead of the way they felt throughout October and November up to this point. But a couple of good wins for the Preds in recent stretches of action. Climbing out of last place is the next step, though. It's the first step. It's the next step. It's the only thing that they can do other than just sink to the bottom of the league. That's the deal for Operation number 943. Hope you're sticking with us through the holidays. Take the show with you everywhere. It is mobile. The show goes with you. Take the YouTube app with you. That will help you be distracted a little bit. We'll be here covering each and every game throughout the holiday break. So we sure do appreciate each and every one of you out there who's been with us for the first part of the season. We hope you have a happy holidays. Please, safe travels out there. Come back safe and take the Renegades of Puck with you everywhere you go. And if you need us, we're always available. Operation number 943 is officially in the books right there. I'm going to go ahead and sign off on that one. Appreciate your viewership, appreciate your time, and most importantly, appreciate each and every one of you. I really do. Stick taps, love, and respect. I'm your host and captain, Crazy Charlie Saunier.